So, yeah, absolutely making an OnlyFans is probably the best decision that I could make right now. Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, there's just so many things that I want to talk about that different platforms don't let me do it. So you have to you have to really make sure that you branch out and you get it in every single angle, because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, bro, from what I remember, I don't even want to say it, but the fact that I was walking around New Brunswick thinking that I had to suck dick for money is absolutely crazy. But I can't really say that on like TikTok. But OnlyFans is a place where people have sex on camera and post it there. And then I was also thinking, like, if girls see that I have an OnlyFans, they're also going to assume that I am into that type of stuff. And the answer is actually yes. Like, why not? I don't see a problem with that. If you want to make videos with me, I could definitely sign a consent and go that way with it. But that's just my very first thought about it. Like, if someone were to ask me right now, I would be like, yeah, that's kind of the point. But I have my own little way of like checking to see if this girl's serious, because she would definitely be a partner. We would be in a relationship, right? Like, it wouldn't just be a one and done thing. And if it was just a one and done thing, then okay, fine, that's cool. But does that really help me out in any way, shape, or form? Like, I get the connections from it, and I get to have sex. That would be great. Um, but I get to get a potential partner out of it, and all these things sound like they add up great. But like, everybody has their own reason to do things. So like, even if I was to, if there has to be like a hard stop, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be something where it's like, well, Abram, if you're just going to give it up that easily, why should we trust you? You know what I mean? Because people are going to look at this and they're going to be like, why did you create an OnlyFans? And I'm going to be like, well, it was literally for this reason, because the stuff I say won't be able to go on different platforms, and it will only be able to show up on this platform because I can at least curse on OnlyFans, and I can actually say OnlyFans. Like, this is not going to go up anywhere else except for OnlyFans. Like, I'm going to say over and over again. And like, in the videos that you see online, for example, like, you only see them for like, they're like 30-second videos, and like, she says, well, I'm doing OnlyFans, and either she's going like this, she's talking through her mouth, or she is, the word gets bleeped out, and like, they're turning their head to the side or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's essentially what this thing has brought up. Like, it's a taboo thing to talk about. And I want to take advantage of that, because if I'm going to be filming my world, you're going to see inside my world. It's going to be something that seems boring at first, but once I start ramping it up, like, once I start doing what I want to do, it's going to be crazy and people are going to want to see. But it's not more of a show or anything like that. It's just more of like, this is what everybody should be doing. Why isn't everybody doing this? Why hasn't everybody invested in a camera? Like, why? We should be asking ourselves that question. Like, why? Why is it only porn stars? Why is it only rappers? Why is it only photographers? Why is it only parents that have children that want to take videos of them? And even that demographic, those parents that take pictures of their children, there's not even that many of them that actually do it. Back in the day, how did it work? How did it work? You had parents with disposable cameras, and then you had the rich parents with camcorders. And I wish I could ask Dan. I could be like, bro, what did your parents use to document your life? Did they take any pictures of you? Do you have videotapes? And I wouldn't even be surprised if he did have videotapes, because his family is well off. Like, May describes it as he's not like well off, like, but he himself is well off because he's intelligent. And she always talks highly about him by saying, like, yo, he he makes a decent amount of money for himself, and he's smart, so he can teach people different things if he wants to, and people listen to him because he's intelligent. Like, even though he's messed up and he's gone to jail, and he's not just gone to any type of jail, like, he went to jail for manufacturing, and that plays a big part in his life. But regardless of that, he still manages to overcome that stuff and still be at the top of his game. Like, granted, he's not at the top of his game. Like, life has definitely thrown a curveball at him, and he has to deal with it in his own way. Like, for example, the biggest thing that I can say that changed for his life was he used to work at home, and now he doesn't work at home. He works in an office. So that is a huge change. Like, for me, that would be a deal breaker. I'll be like, yo, bro, like, what do you mean I have to work in an office? I hate this. Like, I'm still kind of hesitant about what to say because I can't really say what I want to say. This one's going on OnlyFans. So hopefully you got the gist of what I said. But yeah, bro, these girls are intense. Like, you see TikTok and all you see is them freaking dancing, bro. Just dancing, just doing whatever. And I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I wish I could dance too. Oh yeah, if you're not aware, I just take videos of my daily life. So I'm trying to clean, but I found myself just talking to the camera. So, like, we can continue on like this. My room's a little messy right now, and this light is probably throwing you off. I don't have good lighting. I'm going to get better lighting. Like, it's going to get gradually better. How do I do lighting? I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing about lighting. Alexa, lights on.
Okay.
So this is a little better. So every time at night, it gets a little bit better with the lighting. So I noticed that much. And that got me a little bit excited because what this one guy said you should do is that you should black out your windows. And by blacking out your windows, you control the light inside. So now I've seen it from nighttime, and that makes sense. So if I got some blackout curtains, that would work out great. Blackout curtains, and then I would have to turn the light on, and it would look like this all the time. Like, you can you can see my face much clearer with this light on, and you know, you generally get the feel of it. But lighting, what should I do? How do you work this? Like, but I can't freak out the residents, like my sisters and whatnot. So that's why I don't have a lot of money. Because if I did have a lot of money, I would be blowing it here and there, and it wouldn't make any sense. They would be like, where are you getting this stuff from? Like, what are you doing with this stuff? So I have to, hold on, let me close this door. So my money is being controlled right now, but it's being controlled by me. So I have a couple of big items to buy. So one is a bed. It's going to be a huge bed, but it's going to take up space. And I don't have much space. But honestly, what am I going to be taking a video of? I don't have much space, and this camera doesn't have a big view. I need to find a camera with a wider lens to take videos inside this room, because this room is small. If I put it in a corner, I want it to get as big as a view as possible. Let me look for that real quick. But I'm going to get a large bed, and the bed is on sale for, I think it's $700, or is it $600? The original price is $1,000, and it's a loft bed, and it's full size. That was unheard of about like 4 or 5 years ago, but they searched up they saw that I was searching for it, and they made it possible. So my search history finally found what I was looking for, and I'm sure that it was around, but it wasn't really around. So they definitely saw that I was looking for it and thought that it was a great idea to implement. So they added that loft bed as full size. It's not twin size, because all they had before was twin size beds. And there was no point of me even checking it out, because I didn't have the money. So I have that bed, which is like $699, $700. And then I have to buy May a camera. I owe her a camera. I threw out her camera. But these cameras, this is a Nikon Z30. This is going for $630 after tax. It's like $594 on sale right now. The original price is about, if it's $594, six. The original price is for $850, and they call this the creator set. So it's the beginner camera. So it's not that advanced. You can see, like, as I get closer, I guess you want to see my face, right? You want to see what I look like. It sounds so weird. OnlyFans is gonna be fun as hell, bro. Bro, the videos that are gonna go on it are going to be fucking hilarious. But yes, less edited. I'm gonna call it less edited videos, because I post on TikTok, I post on Instagram, I post on YouTube. YouTube, I get a decent amount of views, but I noticed that it's fluff. It's all fluff. Like, they want fillers, and I'm not here to make fillers. You know what I mean? Like, I was sitting there, I was looking at the count, and I was like, yeah, that's great, that's great. I'm getting 8,000 views. That's great. I'm getting 1,000, 1,500 views on YouTube. That's great. But that's fluff, dude. Like, I literally made that, and I cut up the video so much to make it interesting. And the big video was ASMR. The other big video was the one with May, where she said, "Hold up, it's a chopper." And then she starts laughing. The funniest part about the video is her laugh. Like, her laugh was hilarious. Like, I look back at the video. Every single time I look at it, I start dying. I'm like, bro, this is hilarious. Like, but there was this other video. I forgot what the video was, honestly. Should I look it up? While it's on my mind, let me search up this video. It got 8,000 views, right? And our YouTube studio. I'm getting no views on my other stuff. I got +4 followers. Oh, I'm getting some views on those videos. Go to videos, shorts. Let me expand this a little bit. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see my screen. Like, I'm not going to edit it that much. I'm not going to go into that. It was a cigarette box one, and it got 109 likes, 8,700 views, 109 likes, and it's just me looking at a cigarette box, flipping over the cigarette box, and then putting a cigarette to my mouth, and they went wild for it. Like, bro, and I'm sitting here like, that was nothing, dude. That was fluff. That was literal fluff. But I can make fluff, but I'm not too comfortable making it because, like, for music, like, you need to remember all the words, and I don't remember all the words. I only listen to The Weeknd, really. Everybody else, not really. Like, I listen to 2 Chainz. I listen to 2 of 2 Chainz songs, and that's about it. Oh, 2 Chainz brings me back. It wasn't 2 Chainz. It was definitely the Migos or something like that. When I was working back in UPS, and I was going through psychosis, and I was working at UPS. And UPS was about like an hour away, and this was when I couldn't stand still. Like, my parents weren't giving me money, my sisters weren't giving me money. We didn't have that dynamic going. Like, unfortunately, my family stepped in when I was really down, really, really down. It took them a long time to kick in, like, to be like, no, don't work, we got you, here's $200, here you go. But it wasn't until everybody was spent. I was spent, they were spent, everybody gave up. They were like, you know what, this is too much. That was the only time we stepped in, and it needs to change, bro. Like, this disability thing needs to change. Absolutely. Like, the way we go about it makes absolutely no sense. Like, we wait till the worst happens, and that's what this society is all about. That's what this hierarchy is made of. It's just like, we are waiting for the worst possible thing to happen for us to step up and be like, okay, something needs to change. We do it all the time. And you can see it in my videos, because I have videos where I'm dancing, right? I get 257 views. Nobody likes the video. I'm talking about aphasia. I get 1 like, 242 views. I'm talking about The Last of Us, and this one I'm like crying in it. I get 804 views, 6 likes, and I'm just like, this isn't real. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't excite me or do anything for me. So I'm taking it at a different direction. Like, I already know which direction I'm going in. I'm going into the direction of long videos, and I want to get my friends in on this, but OnlyFans requires you to get consent from another person if they want to be in your video. Do you need consent for someone else to be in your video on OnlyFans? Yes, OnlyFans release form is 100% mandatory if your content features anyone other than yourself. This legal document ensures that all individuals appearing in your photos or videos have officially given consent for their likeness to be used and monetized. So because you're making money off of this, you need to get them to sign a form, and you know that sets this platform apart from everybody else, because it starts making life a little bit more real. It's like, I have to get you to sign something for me to do something. For you to be around me, I want you to sign something. And that's when people will be a little bit suspicious, which is why I have to like take it slow, where I have to be like, yo, like, I might make videos and I want to post it on OnlyFans. Can you sign a consent form? And they'll be like, yeah, it's kind of like signing an NDA. And Billie Eilish sings about making a kid sign an NDA. What's an NDA? Let me see. It's a legal contract that outlines confidential information that two or more parties agree to keep secret. I don't really believe in NDAs. I believe in keeping everything 100% transparent, because when you go out into the world and you start doing things where you're just like, I'm not going to be transparent with everyone about this. Like, me and May have a video, and I'm going to post that. You should definitely check it out, where we're talking about what I should have done with Willio's car. And she was like, you sold it for $1,800. He expected only $1,500. You were supposed to take $300 as commission for that car that you sold. You sold it. You did the job. You're a salesperson. You deserve a commission for doing all that work. You had to find a person to buy this car. They bought the car, and he only gave you $100 for it. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't even expecting anything, to be honest, because that's how we usually do business. But she had it thought of another way, a more conscious thought about what was going on. But she was also saying, like, you didn't have to say anything to him. And that's when I was like, no, wait, that doesn't really make sense. You have to be transparent, because once you start not being transparent, that's when people are like, I'm going to take you to court. That's when problems start happening. You have to be transparent. Like, for example, like, I started recording my sisters and my mother and my father without really saying anything. And by doing so, they saw that I was paranoid, but it was also a fact of like, you're not supposed to be doing that without their consent. So you have to air it out. It has to be known. You can't just do it. And she was dead set on being like, dude, you were supposed to just do it. You were supposed to take that money. That money was yours. Like, I completely understand. I completely agree that I should have taken a commission off of it. I wasn't thinking about that beforehand. But the reason why she said you should have just taken it is because people would not understand that. Like, he would, I'm sure this is how it would have gone down. I would have been like, I have someone that's going to buy it for $1,800. You only want, you're expecting 15, right? You want to sell it for 15, right? He's going to be like, yeah. I'll be like, I found someone that wants it for $1,800. I'm going to get the $300 commission. And he's from Haiti. So he, like, does he even know what commission is? Like, he understands that the person is helping them out, but it's kind of like, but I kind of see it. It's kind of like coming to America and my mom being like, I brought you to America, so you owe me money for staying in my house. Typically, when people bring other people from other countries, they don't ask for money. And May would probably be like, that's a big red flag. You should be asking these people for money. Like, they should be going to work and then they should start paying you rent. But the thought process is that if they start paying you rent, they will never leave because you have them stuck in a cycle. So May would probably be like, well, May can pay like $200 then. Like, don't make it too much money. Don't make it like a whole month's rent. Like, look around and be like, I see somebody paying $600 for rent. How about you pay $200? This way you can save money, but you also understand that this is a dynamic. This isn't just a free for all. You know what I mean? That would definitely help in a way, you know, because I've rented from my landlords and it does set a dynamic. You know that you have to pay monthly, and at one point I was so excited to pay my rent because this was the first time that I had a job while at an apartment, and the rent was $600, and I would pay. It would be, let's say there's 31 days in a month. I would pay on the 28th. I would send it over on the 28th, and we would do Zelle. I would send it over on the 28th, and I would feel so good about myself. And that's where May comes in, where she's like, you're creating a dynamic. And that's where my parents and her would differ, because my parent would be like, I'm trying to set them up for life, while she's like, I'm trying to create a dynamic so that they understand that, hey, you're supposed to respect this place. And like, them coming from Haiti, they don't really understand that. I'm sure they do to a certain point, but you got to understand that Haiti is a dog eat dog world, and we don't understand fully where they come from. But when they come here, we're like, this is how things go. And my sister is like that. May is like that. My parents aren't like that because they came from Haiti, and they struggled in America as well. They struggled to get here. They struggled to put down their roots and all of that. So I just went off on a speed run. I don't know where I'm at right now. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, we were talking about NDAs, and you need consent for someone to be in your OnlyFans. It makes it a little bit more real, because that person will be asking, they'll be like, what do you mean you need me to sign something so that you can take a video of me? Because people are always like, I don't want you to take a video of me. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of that. And to be like, for you to be around me, you have to sign this. That would be cool. But just know that you can't do that. So watch out. It's definitely a pitfall. It's like going to therapy and asking your therapist, like, can I record this session? Brianna would definitely be like, you must be out of your mind. There's something wrong with you. Like, or I would ask and she would be like, yes or no. She would definitely say no. But if I was to just record on my own, it would be a problem. So, like, it's a double-edged sword. People that are really outgoing will see this as an opportunity and they'll be like, they can probably take advantage of it if they're in the right state of mind. But I'm not in the right state of mind. I'm in the right state of mind, but I've essentially showed people that I can't be in the right state of mind sometimes. So, like, they'll look at me and they'll think, like, is he going crazy? Like, is he having episodes right now? He's asking me to sign something so I can be on a video. So, you're essentially trying to make this like an official thing. I kind of see where this guy is going with it. It's not about porn, but that'll be the video. I'm gonna pause it here. My sister is coming and I am shy. So I'm gonna pause it here. That was a good talk.